Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Dr. PGNGM. Praise God to get money. Yes, sir. Back for another YouTube video. Banger, man. Yes, man. We back in the building with Engineers to the Streets, bring you the hottest boxing news. You know, talking about this weekend, which was just a couple days ago. We just saw this happen right here, man. We saw Vergil Ortiz make his comeback. We saw 2 knockouts.
You got knocked the fuck out, man.
Multiple knockouts. First round knockouts. You know, Vergil Ortiz. It was really Vergil Ortiz was a TKO. Stoppage by Tony Weeks, the ref, you know what I'm saying, and then Ismael Barroso against O'Hara Davies. That was an actual knockout. That boy couldn't get up. You know what I'm talking about in the first round. But yeah, Vergil Ortiz, man, you know, he won. And on his return from his little hiatus, you know, he was on sabbatical, you know what I'm talking about, you know, but he had to deal with some things, and he's back now, you know, and he looks like he's still in final form, you know. Some people say he might have had a little bit of help from the ref, you know what I'm talking about, premature stoppage and all that, but either way, Vergil Ortiz was gonna win, you know. It was a foregone conclusion, you know. It was just inevitable at that point. So whether Tony Weeks stopped it prematurely or not, or, you know what I'm saying, it was gonna happen anyway. But you do want to give people a fair shake. But anyway, check out the video we came to addressing that, because Tony Weeks let off some information privy to that. Put some of y'all on game, myself included. But yeah, man, so Vergil Ortiz won that. Why are we here today? Because Vergil Ortiz, you know what he did. The same thing everybody else does. The man called out Terence Bud Crawford.
What?
You know what I'm talking about. Terence Crawford, pound for pound king, you know, #1, what? Followed by now you're anyway as #2, what? Followed by Canelo as #3, what? In my opinion. That's just my humble opinion on that. But yeah, Vergil Ortiz has joined the brigade. I can't talk. The brigade. Let me sip on some tea real quick. Hold on. Yes, sir. That's the Jamaican in me. You know, some of y'all drink coffee, I drink tea.
Me blood clot.
Anyway, shout out to my mama. But yeah, so he called out Terence Crawford, which I can't blame him for that. But he got to join the brigade. He got to get in line, because, you know, yeah, plenty of people calling out Terence Bud Crawford. You know, but pound for pound, you know, he's, for a lot of people, for the majority of boxing right now, I say with the exception of 3 or 4 boxers, he's the biggest fight that anybody can get out there as far as money making goes. So Vergil Ortiz, you know, he called out Terence Bud Crawford.
What?
Jaron Boots Ennis, you know, he called out Terence Bud Crawford.
What?
You know, people say, oh, why doesn't Terence Crawford fight him? Is he ducking him? Bro, this man is the big dog. He ain't ducking nobody.
Bullshit! 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 Bullshit!
But when you the big dog and you're 35 as the big dog, or 36, however old Terence Crawford is, he's looking for big fights himself. You know, as I already just hinted towards, he's a big cash grab too for an event, but he's not the biggest. The biggest being Canelo. You know, Ryan Garcia is also a big money move too. Gervonta's a big money move too.
Hey.
But I'm not saying for him. I'm just saying, or in order. I'm just saying those are the people that, you know, they garner a lot of attention, put a lot of asses in the seats, and generate a lot of revenue. You know what I'm saying, in boxing. So Terence Crawford is going for Canelo, which makes sense. It doesn't make sense for Canelo. Because, you know, I feel like he's in the catch-22. If he wins, he's supposed to win. If he loses, oh man, how'd you lose to Terence Crawford, a smaller guy, and it messes up his legacy. But if he wins, people are gonna say, oh, he's it's not impressive because Terence Crawford's a smaller guy. He's supposed to win. Canelo's supposed to win. So I think it's a lose-lose situation for Canelo. But I would still like to see it as a boxing fan. Of course, I like to see Terence Crawford against Boots too. But does Boots deserve it? No. People are saying, oh well, he's a mandatory, so he deserves it. No, he's a mandatory for the belt. He deserves the shot at the belt, not Terence Crawford. There's a difference. You know what I'm saying? There's a big difference there. Anybody could give up the belt when they want. This is prize fighting, you know. You want it, the belt sets you up to be well known in the boxing community, builds up your renown. But once you already have that renown established, Canelo don't need a belt.
What?
Crawford don't need a belt.
What?
You see what I'm saying? Floyd didn't need a belt. So that's when we get to the upper echelon of boxing. The belts are somewhat inconsequential. So yes, Boots is the mandatory for the belt that Terence Crawford has, but that's not, Terence Crawford wants the big money fight. So for Terence Crawford, he could go fight, obviously, Ismael Spence, the rematch. Hopefully this show goes on, because I heard some rumbling and whispering about Ismael Spence. It might be in jeopardy. Hey, you heard it from me. He has that, which is more money than Vergil Ortiz and Boots probably put together. And then he could fight Canelo, which he's gunning for. Everybody's gunning for Canelo. That's a bigger fight than all of them put together.
Let our powers combine. Earth, fire, wind, water.
By your powers combined, I am John C.
And then he can also fight, I think, the Charlos. Either one of the Charlos, Jamal or Jamel, would be bigger than Boots Ennis and Vergil Ortiz as far as revenue generation goes, because they're bigger, they're more known than that. So, you know, that's what I'm saying. I'm not even if he tried to fight Javante, it'll be bigger than Boots Ennis and Vergil Ortiz. Not from a boxing fan step, not from a purist step. I'm talking about casuals only. You know what I'm saying? So we talk about money generation.
But wait, there's more.
So I had this wonderful idea. I said, hey, Boots, you know, Boots, jokingly or not, and he said, hey, man, I'm flirting with 160. I could move up to 160. Granted, I think he was just joking, you know, you just said it whimsically. But if you could fight at 147, 154, or 160, Vergil Ortiz just fought at 154, which means that if that's his first fight at 154, he could fight at, or how many fights he's going to do, he could fight at 147 or 160 himself. Why don't Jaron, Boots Ennis, and Vergil Ortiz fight each other, and the winner maybe, potentially, possibly gets Terence Crawford? How about that?
Catch me outside. How about that?
Catch you outside? What does that mean?
What I just said.
How about that? Both up-and-comers in Vergil Ortiz and Jaron Boots Ennis. That'd be a firefight. Firefight as in great, and firefight as in a lot of punches thrown, you know what I'm saying? Double entendre, you know my thing. Hey, I'm not a rapper, though.
Now listen, that's called motherfucking bars, nigga. Fucking you know.
But check me out. Doesn't that make sense? Wouldn't you like to see that as a boxing fan? I would love to see Vergil Ortiz and Jaron Boots Ennis. So why not make that happen? To be honest, and to be fair, Vergil Ortiz or Jaron Boots Ennis, mostly Vergil Ortiz, he should be trying to fight Jamel Charlo, the smaller Charlo, in my opinion. And then, like, you know what I'm saying? So there's levels to it, and there's a process to it. So I think Terence Crawford is a beast. I would love to see him fight Boots. I would love to see him fight Vergil Ortiz. But the man, rightfully so, his legacy's already established. He deserves to go get the big money fights, man. If not now, then when? So this jump, and to be honest with you, I have Terence Crawford beating both of them. Excuse me. I gotta drink some more tea. Hold on. I got Terence Crawford beating both of them. To be honest with you, who doesn't? Bud will be the favorite. So this whole ducking thing is crazy to me. I know we want to see the fights, but ducking? Come on, man. That's a strong word. That's a very strong word. I ain't gonna lie. Ryan Garcia, I like Ryan Garcia, but he might have ducked Devin Haney. You know what I'm talking about?
Got him. Got him.
Whether it was advised or not by Floyd or not, yeah, that was a duck. Terence Crawford's not ducking. Canelo's not ducking Benavidez. As much as I want to see that fight, Canelo's also not ducking. How can you got to know these boxers, man. These are warriors, man. It's very hard for me to say somebody's ducking. Ryan Garcia, I only said he's ducking Devin Haney because he had a sudden change of heart. It's hard for me to justify that. You know what I'm saying? But I seldomly say that these men and women that step in that square circle or the ring or the octagon, the K, whatever, I rarely say that they're scared of anybody. You know, so we got to afford them that respect.
My name come up, respect it.
Let's go.
Stop playing with my fucking name. I'll drill y'all.
You know, and they're just due. So I appreciate y'all. Let me know in the comments, am I tripping? Do I sound like a Bud fanboy? Do I sound like I'm scared of Bud fighting Boots Ennis? Like, what? I like boxing. I want to see it, but it just doesn't make sense from that standpoint. But let me know in the comments, man. Y'all take off on me, man. I appreciate y'all. But before you take off on me, make sure you like the video or dislike the video, because, you know, people, when they disagree with you, they dislike the video. Don't dislike the video. Just interact, you know what I'm saying? Comment, whatever it is, man. I appreciate y'all. But you better be respectful, because I make house calls. You know what I'm talking about? Flights are cheap. I'll be masked up with the COVID joint and everything. I hit you with the pow. I'm playing. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. We out. God bless. Peace. Y'all be easy, man. Be safe. From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.